Hey guys, I wanted to talk about session 3 of counseling today. As some of you know, I am in counseling. The last 2 sessions did not go well. Basically, I was picking my cuticles off, tearing them off, and she was filing her nails, probably because I was tearing my cuticles off. Today went a lot better. She was just making me really mad before because she just had all the answers. And maybe I agreed with the answers to my problems, but I just really believe that someone needs to earn the right to express themselves in that way, to tell you their opinions. And unless someone has really walked with you, they haven't really earned their right to tell you what to do. Today, and I wanted to know what you guys think about that. Like, what do you tell people when people come to you with problems? Do you tell them, like, what you think is the answer? Do you listen? I'm just really interested in that, and I'd be interested to know what any of you guys think. But anyway, back to the counseling. It went a lot better today. I actually asked her to move, like, from her place. I was like, do you always sit there? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm distracted right now. I have ADHD. I'm like trying to look at her. There's a glare. There's birds flying by. And so I was just like, can you please like move? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she moved over, and I feel like it really helped just having that kind of openness where someone's not sitting behind a desk. Anyway, session 3. I didn't leave feeling as guilty. I struggle so much with the guilt of feeling like I need friends, like I need people who want to spend time with me. And that's just really heavy for me because I don't want to be a person who's like that. But I know the truth is that I fall apart when I go for a long time without talking to people. I live by myself. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I cannot stand coming home sometimes. Sometimes I like the peace and quiet, but to me it is just, I do not like it, but I'm trying to do the best that I can with it. She said something that really was very interesting to me, and it made me really sad. She said that the more people can communicate, the more their needs will be met. And she said, that's unfair. And I really agree with that. That's so unfair to think about the very people who cannot communicate are the ones who are just left with their needs totally unmet. And I mean, it makes me think about people with disabilities, intellectual disabilities. It makes me think about kids who are just angry and they don't even know how to get out of that anger to express what they need. And that just makes me really sad. I think that is really unfair. She started talking today about how it's been these were her words. She said that it's almost like how she saw me acting or have been acting, even though it's better now, is like what she would see in foster kids or kids who are adopted. It's sort of like people around me are trying to help me. They really, they're trying, apparently, to reach out to me. And, I'm trying too. Like she said, the kids are trying, but it's not meeting. There's a wall. And a lot of that has to do with not being able to express one's needs. And anyway, that was just really resonated with me, and it really kind of makes me think about really angry people and just how how they just can't even begin to express like what their needs are. And I feel like I'm starting to do that. Relationships are getting a little bit stronger. I'm just dealing a lot with guilt about, I feel like indulgent, you know, I feel like really indulgent. Like when someone spends time with me, there's this feeling like, you know, there's this feeling like they took me to Disney World or something, where it's like they didn't have to do that. And, you know, I tend to just sort of like make a really big deal of it. And it's just that fine, it's like that seesaw where, you know, I want to show gratitude, but then I don't want them to know how much it means to me, because I don't want them to feel like, oh wow, like if we don't hang out with her, she's gonna go home and like bang her head against the wall or like do something crazy, and that kind of is scary, you know, to people. But it's not like that. It's just, I wish I could just tell people that it's not like that. But I thought it was a really good session today. She wasn't like just stuffing all this stuff down my throat about how, you know, you can't have expectations for people. People aren't perfect. My expectations for people are like going to Starbucks with me and actually just sort of kind of having like consistency, wanting to hang out. And I mean, I know that's not easy because like people are so busy and stuff, but you know, I just want to be like everything that God wants me to be. And I know that I can't do that without other people. That's just really how it is. And it's a hard reality. It's a really tough reality. And I think that sometimes it scares other people. But yeah, right now, I'm just basically talking to this camera because I've just feeling very anxious. I came home today just very anxious. Even though therapy went well today, I tend to get very like kind of upset, anxious. I'm feeling anxious because it's going to be a couple weeks. I know it's going to, you know, just some people who have really like shown love to me, and really kind of like walked with me a lot. I'm not going to see them for like 2 weeks, and I think that's part of why I'm feeling anxious, and it just makes me spiral because I start feeling so ashamed that because I feel like so ashamed before God that I would be being anxious about being separated from people. That just, it makes me feel embarrassed. It makes me feel very scared, fearful that if I have a reaction to like that separation, that, you know, they're gonna get like scared and kind of like, oh no, she's gonna like cut herself or something because, you know, we're on vacation, you know? And I mean, it's not like that. I mean, that's not my intention. Like, I don't really think like that. Sometimes things happen, but it's like an accident. Like, I don't like set out to like show people like, I'm gonna do this if you don't do this. Like, believe me, it's not like that. But sometimes it feels like it. But my main shame is my shame before God, that, you know, that I would like try and put people first before God, and like put them before God, and then in me admitting this, I feel shame because I feel like, okay, people are gonna think, wow, her expectations for people are so low, like let's show her differently, kind of. It's like I can't win. I mean, when I do try and express myself, it comes out like manipulative, but maybe I am manipulative. I don't know, but it's sort of like I can be really uncomfortable letting things out, or I'm like by myself, like doing stupid things and and it's just so much shame in admitting that, because I'm like, well, am I being manipulative right now? Am I saying, if you don't spend time with me, I'm going to do stupid things? And it's just, it is such a burden. Like, it is so hard just having that, like, shame. That is the worst shame. It's the shame. Yeah. And I guess I'm just making this video right now. And this is just for, like, friends. This one's not public. Maybe some of my public ones are, like, my storm chasing ones. But, you know, this is, like, unlisted. You know, but, you know, I guess I'm just making this video right now because I felt like I was getting really anxious. And when I get really anxious, I start to dissociate. But I really don't want to do that because I don't want to be disruptive in other people's lives. But then me talking about it makes me feel really guilty. So I just feel really, like, crushed right now. I mean, I'm happy, but I just hope I'm not crazy. I don't know. Just looking at myself right now for the first time, like, I feel like I'm crazy, sort of. Like, usually I'm just talking to myself, but actually filming myself, like, thinking these things, it's sort of like, am I really, like, nuts? I mean, I don't know. I want to be positive. I have a really hard time being by myself. Like, I have a hard time coming home. It's really hard. It's really hard. But I don't want to go out of God's will. And I want to be thankful for what I have and the relationships I have. I'm just having a lot of anxiety right now because, you know, the people who, you know, I spend time with on Sundays after church, they're not going to be here next weekend. And, you know, my friend is sick. Anyway, but I'm just having, like, a lot of anxiety in, like, my Bible study group. And then what compounds that is just the crushing guilt that I would put that, even a Bible study, that I would put that up so high. And this is what sends me into, like, craziness. And I hate feeling like I'm broadcasting this. But I don't know what to do. I mean, I just don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know what to do. I guess it helps me to tape myself. It's not as scary having all these thoughts. But anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, and the weather's pretty nice out. It's not bad. Yeah. I don't know where the Nancy is. I haven't seen her going after any cats lately. Anyway, see ya.